Don't tell your sister who the baby's father is, the handsome stranger whispered. The older sister froze. She looked at her growing baby bump. Then she looked at her younger sister, whose belly was growing too. Both of them were carrying the same man's child, but only one sister knew a secret so shocking that it could destroy the entire family. Should she tell the truth or stay silent and watch everything fall apart? Please subscribe. Before we continue, my beautiful people, don't forget to subscribe for more emotional African village stories filled with family drama, shocking betrayals, and unforgettable endings. Now, let's begin. In the peaceful village of Okun lived two sisters. The older sister, Ada, was gentle and thoughtful. The younger sister, Kemi, was cheerful, beautiful, and loved by everyone. Although they argued sometimes, they loved each other deeply. After their parents passed away, they promised they would never let anything separate them. One market day, a handsome young trader arrived in the village. His name was Tunde. He sold fine fabrics and beautiful beads. He spoke kindly. He smiled often. Soon, every young woman in the village noticed him. But Tunde paid special attention to Ada. He helped her carry baskets. He walked her home after the market. He promised her, "When I save enough money, I will marry you." Ada believed every word. Months passed. Then, Tunde started visiting less often. Whenever Ada asked why, he smiled. "I am working harder so we can have a better future." Ada trusted him. She had no reason not to. One evening, Ada discovered she was pregnant. She wanted to tell Tunde immediately, but before she could, he left on another trading journey. Weeks later, he returned. This time, he began spending more time with Kemi. At first, Ada thought nothing of it. "They are only talking," she told herself. But the talks became longer. The smiles became warmer. Then one afternoon, Ada saw them holding hands behind the mango trees. Her heart nearly stopped. She confronted Tunde. "What is happening?" He quickly replied, "I was only comforting her. You know she is lonely." Ada wanted to believe him, but something inside her heart began to hurt. A month later, Kemi fainted while fetching water. The village midwife examined her. Then she smiled. "Congratulations, you're going to be a mother." Ada dropped the clay pot she was carrying. She slowly turned toward her sister. Their eyes met. Neither of them spoke. That evening, Ada quietly asked, "Kemi, who is the father?" Tears filled Kemi's eyes. "It is Tunde." The room became silent. The sisters stared at each other. Then they both cried. "I didn't know he was promising marriage to you," Kemi whispered. "He told me he wanted to marry me." Ada wiped her tears. "He told me the same." For the first time, both sisters realized they had been living the same story. The next morning, Tunde called a family meeting. Everyone gathered under the big Iroko tree. He stood proudly and said, "I have decided. I will marry Kemi." Ada felt like the ground disappeared beneath her feet. The villagers began to whisper. Some blamed Ada. Others blamed Kemi. The sisters were embarrassed. That night, Kemi knocked gently on Ada's door. "I'm sorry. I never wanted this." Ada hugged her. "You didn't betray me. We were both deceived." But Ada was hiding something. A week before, while cleaning Tunde's trading bag, she had accidentally found a folded letter. She had only read the first few lines before Tunde suddenly returned. She quickly hid the letter. Now, she opened it again. It was from another village. It read, "Dear Tunde, your wife and little son miss you. Please come home before the harvest festival." Ada's hands began shaking. Wife and son? The man who had promised marriage to both sisters was already married. Ada cried all night. She knew the truth would break her sister's heart, But she also knew silence would be worse. The next day was Tunde and Kemi's traditional marriage ceremony. The whole village gathered. Drums played, women danced. Just before the elder asked the couple to exchange gifts, Ada stood up. "I have something to say." The music stopped. She walked slowly to the center of the gathering. Then she handed the letter to the village chief. The chief read it quietly. His face changed. He looked at Tunde. "Is this true?" Tunde could not answer. The chief read the letter aloud. The entire village gasped. Kemi covered her mouth. "You have a wife? And a child?" Tunde lowered his head. "I was going to explain." "When?" Ada asked. "After marrying both of us?" Kemi cried. The elders became angry. One elder stood. "A marriage built on lies cannot stand." The ceremony was stopped immediately. Tunde begged both sisters to forgive him, but this time, neither of them believed his words. Days later, Tunde quietly left the village. The sisters stayed together. Instead of blaming each other, they chose to help each other. They attended every clinic visit together. They cooked together. They laughed together. When people tried to gossip, Ada smiled and said, "A liar almost broke our family, but love between sisters was stronger." Months later, both sisters gave birth to healthy babies just a few days apart. The entire village came to celebrate. Watching the sisters care for each other's children taught everyone an important lesson. The village chief gathered the young people and said, "Never let a stranger destroy the love inside your family. If someone asks you to keep secrets that hurt the people you love, that is not love." Years later, Ada and Kemi opened a small fabric shop together. It became the busiest shop in the village. People admired them, not because they had never faced heartbreak, but because they chose forgiveness over hatred and family over pride. Whenever someone asked how they survived such a painful betrayal, the sisters smiled and gave the same answer. "We refused to let one dishonest man become the reason we lost each other." And from that day on, the people of Okung remembered one lesson above all. A lie may divide a family for a moment, but truth and love can bring it back together. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more emotional African village stories, and share this story with someone you love. Remember, real families stand together even when life tries to pull them apart. See you in the next story.